Now in story number 7, it's very clear a person is sitting watching a TV, having something, drink or whatever, and watching a news. Now this boy has written that Ravi was sitting and enjoying a small movie as he was alone. Then suddenly he heard a cry of help. He realized that the neighbors had an issue. He rushed up. He realized that the auntie who was living nearby had a gas cylinder problem and she was crying for help. So he immediately rushed after closing the main switch, and he rushed immediately to the lady's place. The gas cylinder was still not taken a big this thing. It just was there was a fire around the gas stove. He immediately switched off the regulator and he removed the gas cylinder away, and he threw water beforehand to control all the fire. Luckily, with this quick action, he was able to check it. But as a precaution, realizing that the gas cylinder may be leaking, he disconnected the gas cylinder and took it out and kept it on the rooftop so that if there is a leakage, that can be corrected. Luckily, he found auntie had no problems, but still she had picked up some burns. So he arranged for a Bernol, which is an antiseptic and a cream for burns, and gave her the relaxation. By the time other neighbors had also come, they took care of her, and finally he was very happy that she was safe. Later on, the gas cylinder was changed and the problem resolved. Then he returned back to home. His parents, when they returned and came to know about it, were proud of him. That is all he has written. So it speaks of a situation which he has written. Now again, here there is no burning of gas cylinder, but he has taken that this was what he was doing when he went for that. So it can be done because it is in flow. There is another person who has written a story. He has written a story that once so-and-so was watching the news. Then he suddenly heard the local news that a bus has toppled over and some of people have gone. So he identified that there were certain juniors of a school who had gone for a picnic and they have suffered this. So he immediately closed his room and rushed up to the office, to the school, and thereafter from the principal and other he came to know about it. So they went over, they volunteered to help the other kids. This way they helped them and their family for 2 or 3 days. The entire team of the school and the students did the help, and soon the children who had got injured in the bus were okay. And then the principal thanked all the students and the volunteers who had come forward in this emergency. Normal story, but both of them are there and it matches the picture. Got it, not got it. Here in the second one, he had picked up a news from here in an imaginary, the first one, he had imagined that there is a fire situation. So in either case, the story, the thought process of a situation was there. It doesn't have to be a problem every time. It can be normal also. We will check what they have done in time Z. Now this is a situation where there is a man who is talking to a young man and there are 2 ladies standing by. Ravi was a young boy when he was going for his NCC camp. His father told him that he should come out as one of the best cadet. It would be a proud moment. So Ravi appreciated his father's word. He knew his father always encouraged him and wanted him to do well. He also took the blessings of his mother and also his elder sister. And thereafter Ravi went ahead. Sister, mother, okay, yeah. So now Ravi went ahead and did very well in the NCC camp. He not only participated in the firing, he also participated in the drill. He also participated in giving instructions and helping in the camp duties. And when he was awarded the best camp, one of the best cadets of the camp, his father was very proud of him. Now, this is a story which he has generated from here. You remember one of the story he had also written something. Now, both the thoughts are matching. That was half some portion. This is another portion, but they're matching. Speaks that he is consciously had a wonderful experience as an NCC cadet and he wants to write it. So it's okay. It's not repeated, because if it would have been dot to dot same material, then it would have been repeated. But here it's a generalized thing, there it was specifically on some portion. So remember that this shows that this person is writing from his heart, because it is a biodata. That is the difference between creative stories and the stories of psychology. When you write psychology, your thought process comes from within. But when you write creative stories, you have variety, but there is no match with your personal information question or your personality. Remember, we are not asking you for creative writing here. We are looking for your psychological thoughts. Write freely. Write your heart out. Don't panic. Don't create multi or superhero stories. We don't want you to create. Warning, don't create superheroes. Don't try to create a sad positions, because we are looking for a motivated person. So if we are already living in a sad, please get yourself corrected, go through a therapy center, then try for the armed forces. But if you are already a positive man with a motivated thought process, with a happiness in you, welcome to the armed forces. Is it clear, not clear? Remember that. Now this story is clear. Now in this, the other one has written of a farmer who wanted his son to work hard and become a good officer. Finally, the boy worked very hard, day and night. He burned midnight oils. He did his studies in the best. He always got inspired by the way his father worked, and he always thought that how happy his father and mother would be when he one day becomes selected. Finally, the day arrived. His father was not only proud, but to his surprise, gave him a wonderful party and a small bike which he was very fond of as a gift for achieving the success in a government exams. Now this boy has written the story. Okay, match the picture. Clear? Let's go further. We come down to the 8th one. Yes. It is not same. It's on different areas, in different perspectives. Somewhere it is road situation, somewhere it is different. Now he cannot write a story which is of different things. Somewhere he is talking of hard work, somewhere he is talking of organizing, somewhere he is talking of accidental situation handling. So generally he is writing on a broad areas, on the different variety of situations. Isn't it? So now we come down to the annual. This story very clearly, this boy has written about his experience of his school. Something on academics. This boy has got a debate award, very rightly seen. So this boy has written that there was a boy who had wanted to do well in debates. He worked hard. Unfortunately, he got only consolation prize. But he was determined to do well. So what he did, he gave another time. So by finally a day arrived when their school really wanted him to win the declamation as well as the elocution part. The boy now, with all his learned experiences, decided to give his best shot. He knew this was more important than anything. So he practiced the different speeches with the best tone and with the best research, and finally came up with a good speech. So finally, in the day of the annual, he not only went ahead and won the first prize, but also got good position for the school in the overall inter-school competition. Now this is one story. Here it is written that this boy got debate inter-school award. Though here he has written first, but here he has written third. Never mind. Little imagination is okay. From third to first position, it's okay. In other place, this boy has written on a company's annual report that there was a marketing manager who was given a task for the first time. So when he went there, he not only did a very good survey of the market, but he understood what is the company's product and what is the company demand. So according to that, he made a strategy along with his team. He went to different places. He knew that his example will inspire the team. So he himself participated a lot in every activity. He made sure that his hard work is clearly the inspiring story. And finally, as a result, in the annual meet of the company, he was awarded one of the best workers of the team. And he was later promoted to a senior manager's post. Now this boy has written a story which is of a different kind. But it matches the picture again. There the person has taken it as a school annual function. Here he has taken it as a company's annual function. Is it clear? But both of them have done okay, fine. Now we go down to story number 10. This is about running. Now look at the observation. In this boy has written very clearly, so and so Ravi was given the chance to run in 100 meter in the Olympic. He realized that it's a very important day. He has to prepare himself thoroughly. He was aware that Asfa Pavel and the other players have already set huge records. So he worked very hard. He realized that a very quick start is very important in 100 meters and his body has to get into circulation very fast. He learned from his coach that he has to be very quick in not only running fast but also maintaining the speed. The coach gave him a tip that he has to take long strides and fast strides. So remembering and also give an example of Jamaican player who did this. Learning this, Ravi went on and went ahead to win the 100 meter first time in Olympic for India. Now this is a completely imagination story, isn't it? But it is inspiring. It is a motivational story, inspired by the picture. The picture already is giving you direction, Olympic, 100 meter and running. So he's imagined glory for his country. So again, it's okay. The story was perfectly okay. Now, if you would have written all of the stories on glory, then it would have been imagination, imagination, imagination. But as he has written other stories on his own stories and one on glory, I think no problems. Is it clear? Understandable to everyone? Now here again this gentleman has also written about Olympic race. But this time he is not written on India. He is written about a poor Kenyan runner who was very poor. He was from Kenya. He did not have shoes, but he had strong determination. And he decided to win the Olympic gold. This way, some companies will sponsor him, not only the shoes and materials, but also give him good income of earning somewhere from some company, advertisements and others. So he worked very hard and finally he won the race. He not only brought glory for his country, where the president also awarded him, but he also got some money to support his family who was having a tough time before. Now this person has written a story on Kenyan runner. Nothing wrong. The picture is there. You know, the Kenyan runners have been very inspiring for all of us because what they have done is they have come forward as a great runners in spite of having adverse situation. They have shown us the example that they can do wonders. Is it clear to all of you? Now we go further. In this story 11, this is a man and woman walking. This boy has written about his sister. So Ravi had his sister and he told his sister that he wants to join the armed forces like his father. His sister was very happy that he had a very clear perspective. The sister was also was at that time working in one of the software companies. So he told her that he would love to not only be in the armed forces but also do something in the software. So sister told him that there are many kind of operating systems which he should learn, that when he becomes an armed forces officer, he will be able to contribute in the technology. And she encouraged him that he should not only join the armed forces, but seeing the modern kind of army, he should come forward in the technical arms. He promised his sister that he will do so, and he will join the technical arms and, like his father, become a good officer who is Very important, and particularly for the modern army, you do very well. Now this is a normal story. Depends what this boy really wanted to do. I guess he opted for technical. Did he get? I do not know. But yes, possibly. Technical arms are this one section of the armed forces. When you want to opt for it, they give you that. And there you tend to play with the computers, you work with the electrical and mechanical, engineering part, and you tend to contribute to the modern army, which is India is developing. Even the artillery, even the air defense, and all such units are having their technical officers who are helping them manage the systems. Because now no more army is being fought on sword. It is all on modern equipments, and they want technical officers. Is it clear to all of you? Okay. Now we go down to this gentleman. This gentleman has written, okay, he's written, there was a marketing manager and his wife was also working in the same firm. They one day went to the garden, and they decided that they should opt for a project where she can take care of the software portion and he can take care of the survey portion. This will come with good product. The wife liked the idea very much, and next day they gave a project proposal to the company. The company approved and gave them a deadline to complete the project. Since both of them were hardworking husband-wife, they worked together as a team. Finally, they completed the project, and their company not only liked the project but appreciated and got a great profit out of it. Thus, as a reward, gave this couple a holiday to visit a country abroad. That's a small story, is it? Is it clear to all of you? Now let's come down to the stories they have written in blank. Just a second. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this boy has written a story in which he has written about the blank story that once Ravi and his friends decided to decided to do an activity for the school. They decided to utilize the social awareness program, not only in making the school neat, but also the neighborhood of the school neat. So Ravi himself, being the most of the chief coordinator, decided to arrange a lot of things. He arranged a lot of gloves so that he can educate people that gloves allow them the freedom to pick up even the dirtiest part without any problems, and they can always wash away their hands. He also taught them that they can use a small mask on their face so that while picking up any garbage, they will not feel the stench. And with all this, they went ahead. He himself did it, and he also requested his friends, and they all went to different places and did this very thoroughly in the entire school and the neighborhood. So when the next day, when the SP was informed of this activity, he not only appreciated the school but also came personally to appreciate the principal and the entire team of students who had done this. Ravi, as the coordinator, was appreciated by the principal. Now, this shows that this boy has been coming forward with initiatives of group activities. Very simple activities but beautifully done. So this you can identify. Now this gentleman has written a story, very simple. Ravi, who's this? There's a football player, yeah. There's a football player. He was supposed to play with a team which was very tough. He himself, being a very good runner, decided to improve their stamina. He created a strategy that they will do a lot of attacking, but they will also keep their defense strong. They found that the other team was very strong in their right wing and left wing, so they decided that they will keep more players in the right wing and left wing to counter the defense. And by the strategy of giving long passes, they can cut down the issue of long running, and they can surprise the opponent. The trick came successful with the team effort. The entire team was able to do a good goal, and they were able to win the championship. Now, this is a very simple story written on football, but again, a team spirit. So now, with all these 12 stories which I've given you, with 2 people, I'll be giving you more, but is it not opening your mind to a certain extent? It may, it should, and it will, provided you are ready to learn. ये जो कहानियाँ थी, 12 कहानियाँ मैंने अंग्रेजी में भी बताई, आपको सब सुनाई. मुझे उम्मीद है कि आपको सब कुछ समझ में आई होंगी. इन कहानियों के लेखन से, इनकी लंबाई से, आपको विचार की लय से, व्यक्ति की अभिव्यक्ति से, मनोवैज्ञानिक अभिव्यक्ति से समझ में आया कि कितनी सकारात्मक सोच से विभिन्न परिस्थितियों में इन लोग ने हर चीज में अव्वल रहने का प्रयास किया, सफलता हासिल करने की प्रयास की. कहीं पे भी महिमा मंडित नहीं किया, कहीं पे भी बहुत ज़्यादा ग्लैमराइज और बहुत ज़्यादा हीरोगिरी, सुपर हीरो नहीं बनाए. नॉर्मल सिंपल स्टोरी, कहीं पे भी नकारात्मक वर्ड, कंप्लेन, पेन, इंजरी, ये सब नहीं लिखी. बस जो दिख रहा है उस समस्या को अपने तरीके से या बाहरी तरीके से सोच के वाजिब तरीके से उसको सॉल्व किया. तो इसको बोलते हैं मनोवैज्ञानिक की स्वस्थता. जब आप मनोवैज्ञानिक स्वस्थ होंगे, जैसे मान लीजिए मैं आज खुश हूं या स्वस्थ हूं, तो मैं हर जगह हर परिस्थिति में अपने आप को ढाल लूंगा और हर परिस्थिति में अव्वल प्रदर्शन कर पाऊंगा. So remember that your fluidity, your positivity, your ability to identify what is to be done and how it can be done is very important, and you will get success there. So I hope this session you've learned something. We have done 12 stories but in 2 dimensions. We'll do the other part of 12 stories in the next dimension. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.